So I had planned on making a video about restoring vintage pens, and I was looking. I've been on a search for a vintage pen for years now, and I haven't really found. I hadn't found the pen that I like, or one that was like along the price that I was willing to pay for a vintage pen. I have been looking online for like Mont Blancs and stuff like that, vintage Mont Blancs, but it was just something that was just out of my price range that I was willing to pay for something like that. And I know like used Mont Blancs and like vintage Mont Blancs are around like $400, and it's not. And considering the fact that a brand new Mont Blanc is like $1,000, it's not terrible. But it was just I just wasn't ready to spend that kind of money on a pen just yet. As I said before, like it is one of the pens, one of the Grail pens that I do want to get my hands on eventually. But it's just not something I really want to do right now. I don't want to spend that kind of money though. But I said all that to say that recently, just moving around at work and doing my normal thing while I'm writing, taking my notes and stuff like that, I was approached by a coworker or by a client at one of the places where I work at, and they offered me a vintage Esterbrook pen. Um, and I don't like taking stuff from people. Not in the Iron Man sense of things, like I don't like people handing me stuff. It's just that like it puts a level of responsibility on me that I feel like I have to do something. I have to do it justice, right? And I have something else. I've been wanting to make a video about this for years, but I have this art kit a uh, from a guy in South Alabama. He was an artist. He passed away, and I didn't get a lot of information on the person, but I got all of his old tools, and I know how I feel about my tools and my pens and my paint brushes and things like that. And I've talked to other artists about how like those tools are very special to you. And even coming from, my military background and just in background in general, like I understand how people feel about their tools and stuff like that. And I feel like people like when somebody gives me something like that, it's a it's a responsibility to do it justice, and it's like either I'm gonna use it or I'm not, right? But I said that to say I got this Esterbrook pen, and I'll show you here in my bag. Um, and I had no idea what to expect with this pen. So this is it. I have no information on this pen whatsoever. So if anybody knows what this Esterbrook pen is, how old it is, or like what model it is, I have no idea about any of this. It says Esterbrook on the clip right here, and it's engraved in the body of the pen that it's an Esterbrook, right? It's hard to tell. You can't even tell on camera right here, but I'm showing you. I have to get some close-ups for it. But it's written in here on it's engraved on the barrel of the pen, and it's just a barrel and a cap. And I have no idea what type of pen this is, where to start. But it is a fountain pen because it screws on. And as we know, fountain pens are the only pens that screw on like this. So it is a fountain pen. And it has a screw-in feed and nib and stuff like that. So I just need to find out some information on this pen. But this is one of those vintage projects that I'll have to do some research on and figure out what I can do to restore the pen and get it back up and running and get it clean and things like that. But this is just like a simple introduction to the pen itself, and I do in fact feel like I can do this pen justice, and I'll figure it out. I have no doubt about it. No matter how long it takes, I'll figure it out, and I'll use the pen. I'm excited for it. Honestly, I'm excited to have like a pen project on this. But I just wanted to introduce this to the channel and say that like this is just what I have going on. This is one of those pen projects. My first pen project actually, restoring a vintage pen. And if you have a favorite vintage pen that you like, or one that you would like to see me try and restore, or if you could point me in the right direction on this pen, I'll post some pictures on the YouTube posting on the community tab so that I get some closer looks at this. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can see that. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. I'm excited to hear about what you guys feel about this and like how what do you have to say about this. It's just a very weird situation, and I'll probably make a video about that art kit finally, eventually. It just really depends on how I feel about it. I have to pull it out and see. I'm very weary about things like that. For some, I don't know, maybe it's just me being weird. So we'll see. But thank you all for watching the video, subscribing, and following me along on this journey to 500 subscribers. I really appreciate that, and let's keep pushing to 1,000. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.